Heyo everyone! Juno the First Walk is the first of the 3 level 124 man raids for Dawn Trail expansion and is themed around Final Fantasy XI, an MMO I played ages ago and will try not to gush about too much. I am Mimi Vix, thanks so much for joining me as we take a look at the first boss encounter, the abhorrent one, Prishe of Tavnasia. Prishe will open the fight by casting Banishka, a level 15 light aspected spell, dealing raid-wide damage. After a moment, she will jump to the middle of the room and begin charging Knuckle Sandwich. This attack charges randomly 1 to 3 times, indicating how far you will need to move out of the radial markers on the floor. There is a visual cue, her arm will wind up, as well as an audio cue. In English, she says, "Wait for it." So you do need to pay attention. Once the attack is launched, move back into the attack animation to avoid the falling rubble. Failing to do so will afflict you with a short bleed debuff. This attack is performed 2 times in a row and the number of charges will be different from the previous attack. After Knuckle Sandwich concludes, she will follow up with Nullifying Dropkick. This is a tank buster that requires the tanks to stack together. This tends to have a lot of chaos as people are still repositioning from Knuckle Sandwich. Try not to get squished. Banish Storm will come next, spawning 2 staves on the arena that will launch smaller Banish AoEs that will travel across the room in a line pattern dictated by the arrows coming off of each of the staves. Prishe will then use Holy, targeting players randomly with point-blank AoEs that will apply a light resist debuff, so try not to stand on top of each other as consistent hits will hurt and sometimes even just insta-kill you. Once again, Prishe will jump to the middle of the room and use Crystalline Thorns, which will cover the arena in spikes, leaving 2 safe zones outside and 1 zone inside. Try not to get stuck outside of the middle area, as she will then charge Auroral Uppercut, similar to Knuckle Sandwich, which will knock players into the air and away based on how many charges she has. You can be flung off the platform. Fun fact, you do get a special animation for landing on the spikes if you want to take some damage for a laugh. She will change things up by casting Banishka 4, which will deal hard raid-wide damage and spawn orbs on the arena that will explode in a pattern, either going from the outside to the middle or from the middle to the outside, so try to avoid as best you can. Once again, Prishe will jump to the middle of the room and initiate a Crystalline Thorns into Auroral Uppercut combination attack. Complete this as you did previously. Another fun fact is that Prishe has separate voice lines in regards to certain effects on the field, such as individuals being knocked off or harmed during Auroral Uppercut, as well as being hit by player limit break. Once the mechanic is cleared, she will use Azurin Fists, an 8-hit stack tower, so mitigate and heal, as she does hit pretty hard, especially at lower item levels. Final Fantasy XI factoid: the skill Azurin Fist is a hand-to-hand level 250 skill that only Monk and Puppet Master can use. Another Banishka 4 comes back. This time it will be paired with Knuckle Sandwich, so try to avoid the explosions while also keeping in mind how many charges she has. Prishe really enjoys stacking her mechanics, so a lot of your positioning will be like you are flying by the seat of your pants. This will be followed with another Holy cast, so spread out and try not to clip anybody. As you reposition from Holy, she will use Banish Storm into Crystalline Thorns, forcing a smaller safe space in the middle of the room. Try to angle yourself in the one safe space as she is preparing Auroral Uppercut, and then you can move to reposition yourself as to not fall off the ledge. After a little bit of time passes, she will do yet another nullifying dropkick for the tanks to soak into another Azurin Fists attack. So do try not to get squished as you shift around, and her mechanic combinations will begin to repeat. Depending on overall party DPS, the fight can end faster than others, but all in all, Prishe is a heavy-hitting monk, and I can't wait to see what else is in store. As always, I want to thank everybody again so much for joining me as we were taking a closer look at Prishe. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. Leave a like, a comment. If there's specific fights you would like for me to try to cover, leave those suggestions in the comments. I do read them. Until next time, have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys later.